Lasagna, also known as stacked pizza, also known as flat layered spaghetti and smashed meatballs, also known as pizza casserole, also known as savory Rice Krispie squares, also known as pasta brownies, also known as
You suck at cooking, yeah, you totally suck.
We're going to start by browning a pound of ground beef on medium-high. And we do this because brown is the color that has the most flavor. I'm adding in a teaspoon of salt here. I'm going to turn the heat down a bit and then season the beef, either in the traditional boring way with an onion or the cutting edge modern way with a tablespoon of chili powder, a tablespoon of cumin, and 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. Now, if you do season it this way, I recommend some hefty sock straps when you taste this later. If the beef gets too dry, add in some water so all those spices get soaked up like a meat sponge and resist the temptation to make tacos. I'm going to throw in 3 cups of basil tomato sauce and we'll let that simmer until it's a thickness level of 3. And feel free to participate in the Italian tradition called lick the measuring cup. That's a damn good measuring cup. Now I'm going to take a container of ricotta cheese and grate in a clove of garlic to give it some flavor, because ricotta cheese is just milk that somebody did some things to make it the way it is. Because you're mixing white on white, remember these simple steps to make sure it gets combined thoroughly. Whisk the mixture vigorously. Always mix in the edges. Never give up. Get serious. Jostle the mixture to and fro. Always mix the middle. Never get lazy. Give it all you got. Leave no molecule uncombined. And enthusiastically end with exuberance. Gonna add in around 1.5 cups of shredded mozzarella. Don't forget to repeat those steps. We're gonna take an 8-inch-ish pan, I think, and spread a thin layer of the sauce on the bottom to keep the noodles from sticking. We're using no-boil noodles, which are noodles that have no boils on them. Then you're going to realize that the noodles don't fit, so instead of panicking, you'll try to break one with your hands, and that will suck. So you'll use the edge of the pan instead, which works well, or an X-Acto knife, or a saw, or a wood-burning kit, or a Power Stone. Whatever works, man, just get it done. Then we'll shovel some sauce on there. Then we'll spread on a layer of thick garlic milk. I like to use 2 spoons. Flatten and place. Flatten and place. I don't know if this technique is good or not, but it does make me feel professional-ish and smug, which is what cooking is all about. Make sure you're putting the noodles in flat and not this way, 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 and definitely not this way. This isn't the time to be a maverick. We've known for several years now that laying the noodles flat just works. More sauce, more ricotta, noodles, sauce, ricotta. I might have used too much ricotta on that first layer, or maybe you don't need ricotta on the top layer since we're finishing it with mozzarella. Just create as many layers as you feel like. Don't listen to someone who says, if it's not at least 3 layers, it's not a real lasagna. Or, if the lasagna isn't a minimum of 3 layers, I will destroy
you and everything you love and stand for, so help me God, amen.
Then we'll create a sacred geometry toothpick beam support structure to hold up the tin roof, which we put in place to keep the moisture in so the noodles cook properly, and also to protect the lasagna from rain. Undo's on 3 fundo, and we'll cook that for around 40 minutes or so. Peace be with you. While we're waiting, let's try to build a house of cards out of the noodles, which is tricky because they're pretty slippery, but also they have ridges you can take advantage of. And then we'll try playing the world's shittiest game of Jenga.
Oh, so close.
Then we'll remove that foil, up the temperature a bit, and throw it in for another 10 minutes. And also with you. Oh man, this lasagna is busting at the seams with lasagna-ish goodness. Then you want to let it rest for 20 minutes before cutting it so it doesn't turn into a bowl of slop, which is a great time to prepare our letters and numbers. Then we'll cut it into a grid and lay out our organizational system so that anyone can easily select the piece they want without confusion, or so you can play a game of lasagna battleship. I'll have B1. You sunk my apparently buoyant lasagna. Also, use this hack for anyone who thinks there aren't enough layers, and just stack 2 pieces. Boom, thick lasagna. And now I'll stack 1 more piece so I can create the perfect clickbait thumbnail. And I hope you can forgive me for this deception, but know I did it to teach you not to believe everything you see on the internet, or to punish you for thinking that a bigger lasagna is a better lasagna. Maybe it's time to give short lasagna a chance. Maybe it's time to realize you shouldn't judge a lasagna by its height, only by its girth. Amen. Hey, speaking of lasagna, why don't we give this a try? Damn, that's a good lasagna. And damn, I've got good taste in socks. This video is sponsored by HelloFresh, which makes conquering the kitchen possible with easy, yummy recipes. Not like Game of Thrones conquering, more like learning to cook better conquering. You'll save time not meal planning and grocery shopping, so you can do more of the things you love, like building a lasagna noodle spice rack. It's a good way of getting out of making the same things over and over again and discovering new recipes, and that's why I like it, because I'm super lazy and would rather just eat salami and cheese than shop, so this makes me try a ton of new stuff, and I keep learning new things with every box. HelloFresh is now from $6.99 per serving, which makes it America's best value meal kit. Get started with 8 free meals. That's $80 off your first month of HelloFresh. Go to HelloFresh.com and enter YSAC80. By the way, you can make any HelloFresh meal into lasagna by adding a bunch of sauce, cheese, and noodles, I'm pretty sure. Okay, bye.